Hello guys, here we are. Let me just check that everything is fine and let's continue with the actual topic. Yeah, it seems to me that everything is fine. Yeah, if you're watching live, shoot me a message to the chat, and if you're not live looking at this on a later date, check out the timestamps so you'll see what's going on and when I get to the actual stuff. Yeah, everything looks fine, and we have Nala in the house right there. She's my security, so to speak, and my stress reliever. Okay, today I'm about to do some work, mainly trying out the Relume site builder. They had a live stream maybe a week ago, and it seemed quite cool app, and I want to try it out. Relating to that, I need to update my Webflow starter project or template. So I'm gonna do that probably first, and if we have some time, I'm gonna do some like actual client work, probably in Webflow. If you have any questions, just send them to to the chat. And yeah, again, I'm trying to explain what I'm doing so you can keep up. But if you're just starting your Monday morning, you can mute me or put me on the background and consider me as your co-worker. Okay, but let's get started. So here's my Webflow dashboard. I already copied the Relume style guide. So here's my Relume. It seems to me that my authentication was not did not go through. So I gotta log in again. Here we go. So this is my Relume dashboard, and here's actually the Webflow library. So this is a way to find the style guide quite quickly. So official starter project, this is version 3, client first, version 2.1. And this has been just updated. So I believe this will be good for the style builder or style guide exporter. I'm not sure what's the feature exactly. But anyway, I have this starter template right here. I have edited a bit. So there are some things that I usually do for this starter template. So I delete the homepage, and then I do some pages, create some pages that I know that I will use. So for example, here's privacy policy, just a blank non-styled page, but it uses, of course, the client first framework and has the global styles component already. Same with the cookie policy and accessibility policy. But the interesting thing is, of course, the style guide. I have not edited this too much. So this is the Relume Style guide. And one thing that I added this all images tag. So I want to have the default style for the images. I want it to have a ratio, so this helps with the cumulative layout shift. And this can be annoying. I do not recommend this for all, but if you want to get away with the layout shifts, you can like put this in, but then every time you add an image, you kind of need to edit this unless you want a square image. And I also have a light background for the image. So if the internet is slow and your browser does not get the image, there is some sort of color to indicate that, okay, we're having or reserving a place for an image right here. Text styles are just fine. And yeah, about that image, I actually took the aspect ratio away of this rich text image element, just because usually when you write a blog and insert an image in the blog, you do not want it to have that square aspect ratio. But here's the interesting thing, color schemes. So in my last starter template, I did not have this. This comes from the template, or the Relume template. And I believe when we import a style here, we're gonna get these schemes. Schemes, yeah. And if we check out this variable menu, we can see that there are quite a lot of variables. I believe the FinSuite client first template does not have this many variables, and I used to use that one just because it's the the authentic the first template. But I feel that I'm gonna use Relume a bit, and they recommend using their own template, so that's why I made the switch. In the past, I had some difficulties when I used the not Relume, FinSuite's client first template, and then imported some stuff from Relume, so it did not get like all the styles, or there were some text and border styles that were not present. So I'm hoping that those will be in the past. As you can see, there's opacities, which is cool. And neutrals, color schemes, there's just the one. We'll see if we get more. Typographies now here. System UI as it should be, as a default. And UI styles, there's radius and border width. This is interesting too. So imagine that you do not have to apply the radius to every element or border width. That is exciting. And to my knowledge, they, like the Relume style builder, will like apply these large, medium, and small radiuses in order for them to look nice in a small element and in a big element. Okay. So have I done something else here? Well, I edited the 404 page and the password page. And of course put the style guide into the folder. But I believe that's like all that I did. We can check the custom code. No, there is actually one thing. So the Relume template has some code related to fonts right here in the head code for all the pages. If you're wondering where am I getting this F and custom code, this is the FinSuite plugin, and this custom code is the code for the whole project. So I moved the font related code to the global styles. Actually, there's nothing on the home page right here. And in Relume, we have style overrides and color schemes. So style overrides, it was this part. Anti-aliased font smoothing. And basically I tend to use this global styles on every page. So that is basically the same thing. And yeah, I added also sections to be relative by default. There's some custom code. These come with the template, all the other things than these. So no worries if you're just starting out. Okay. So what should we do? I'm thinking that I could do another template that would include a blog as a default. So I would have a starter template that has a blog with categories, maybe authors. And on top of that, maybe a Finnish version. So this is an English version. Many of the sites that I build are for Finnish clients. I might do a separate template for those. The idea is, of course, to build in the features you would build in again and again. Yeah. I'm just thinking that should I like do some changes to this template before I start copying it. I believe this is quite good. Let's see, what do we have? Anything, any unused styles? We'll just delete this. Content, okay. I'm not sure if I text weight bold. I do not wanna remove that. Background color white, probably not that too. How about folders? Do I have any folders here? Oh yeah, there are some components that I did. I'll actually show those too. But this looks quite clean. So yeah, I did do some company info components. So this is just a draft page where I have some components, and the idea behind these components is that you fill in the company info, your client's info, and then you can use these components wherever you want. For example, the name can be used in the footer or any other place you would want to have the company name, company ID, address, general info, GDPR person would be used in the registry, privacy policy, yeah, and so on. The same thing with the social media links. So this looks quite big right now, but it will scale down when you put a wrapper over it, around it. Yeah. I believe I also have a components library. So sometimes I wish there would be a place to store some components. Let's say I build a pop-up, and the pop-up will not, of course, show in the edit mode. And I'd like to have a place where I can just go and edit the actual pop-up. Then I could come here, put the component here and edit it at this place. You could do the same with style guide, but it's quite filled with stuff. So that's why I do not want to use that. Okay. Let's see the settings, and if there's nothing interesting there. Well, yeah, I changed the time zone, language code. I believe I change about nothing else. Well, the webflow.io domain, of course. So yeah, let's do a duplicate of this one. And I'm going to go to the duplicates dashboard and to the duplicates, and I'm going to do a starter template with blog. So I used to have the blog feature already inside the basic starter template, but whenever a client came to me and they did not want the blog feature, it was kind of pain in the ass to delete the blog when you have all those reference fields and maybe some dummy content. Let's save that. I do not need to publish. I just want to open the site. And here we go, here we go. Yeah, I was just checking the stream if it works. There seems to be a warning, but let's not mind about that. Just let me know if you're watching and if there's any problems. So yeah, I'm editing the starter with blog, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add a new CMS collection. Let's say we use, I could just click blog post, but I want to do the authors and categories first. So let's start with author. I'm thinking, do I want to edit the URL? Probably not. Name, slug, bio summary, picture, email. I usually do not need a Twitter profile. Let's delete that one too and put a phone here. What else? Title, yeah. Job title. I'm about to, or I'm rearranging these. That's probably enough. Create a collection. What am I missing? Create collection. Oh yeah. Okay, then same with categories. So usually I want to have a small description here, just so that if I make some sort of archives page, we can use that there. Icon, I'm not gonna use that. Color, I'm not gonna use that either. So name slug description, and the description is a original text field, so we can use it in the meta fields, like meta description. Category slug is just fine. Let's go with that. And blog post. The post slug is a bit dull. I do not like that too much, so I'm probably gonna rename this as blog. Blog. Right, like that. We have name, slug, post body, post summary, main image, thumbnail, featured. I'm gonna leave the feature switch right there because sometimes I like to use a toggle like that. But I'm gonna delete the, what was it? Color field, and then I'm gonna do a reference field for authors, yeah. And multi-reference field for categories, like that. Maybe change the order there. So post body, post summary, main image, featured, categories. Do I need anything else? Well, not that I can think of. Sometimes I make this field for publishing date, so a static field. If we, for example, have some old articles that need to be imported, then we have to use the static field for those. We cannot use the built-in published dates field because it will be published when the site will be published, and then a bunch of the articles will have the same page. But I'm not gonna add that in because I use that only sometimes. What else could I use in the future? Yeah, depending on the blog, one might have to edit the post body or like divide it in two. Some clients want a fancy thing between the text. Some want an info box, but I'm not gonna add those into this template. What else? I think that's enough. Yeah, let's go with that. Create collection. But I remember that I might want to add some fields to the authors, like a order field, like number field that defines the order. what would it be called? Like a personnel list, team list. And I like to allow the negative numbers just because it's sometimes easier to just put a negative number to get an item to the first place. And now I'm thinking that does the categories need one? Probably not. So that's cool. And I have the collection pages. Let's see, those one I'm gonna add the title tags here, name, post summary. Of course, I would probably add the company name or blog or something like that in there, but now I'm not gonna do that because I do not know the company name. Main image thumbnail will be fine for the open graph image. Save. Categories. I usually recommend using a like archives page or page for one specific category. It helps with the internal linking. And now you can see that I'm talking while doing stuff, and that is not not good for me. What's the saying? One cannot walk and chew gum at the same time. I'm gonna just tap these to be the same, and okay, there's no open graph image for that one, of course, because we do not have an image field. And authors templates. This is not as crucial. I could do a template for this one, but some clients just do not want to have that. So of course, if they do not want to have that, we can just click that switch off. So I'm probably just gonna fill these. Here we go, save. And now I'm thinking that should I bring in some dummy content? We have those reference fields. Those can be like tedious to delete, but I could like build these template pages, like collection pages, to some point, and when the actual build would come, I would have something built already. That would be nice. Imagine that you do not have to start building the blog template from the start. So that's quite awesome. Yeah, I'm about to do that because this is a template for a project that has the blog, so I do not need to like be afraid of deleting stuff. So I'm about to do a couple of sample items. 5 is enough. A prompt. Hot take, prompting is not the best UI for a lot of things. So generate. Here we go, we have that one. Let's see, do we have pictures? Yes, we do. And actually there are some, like, not those pizza pictures. That's good. Does that look like a Tom? Well, I don't know. Categories. I'm populating these categories and authors because then the blog posts can like pick some like values to those reference fields. Yeah, generate sample items, categories. Here we go. Actually quite good. Let's see. Hello, Ville. I will be sure to look it up or tell my thoughts on that. Oh, you got me plushed already. So yeah, it's weird to talk in English to you, but about scalability with Relume, well, actually the scalability should be considered with the client-first framework. And the idea is, of course, to build the Webflow project in a way that others can edit it too. So in a way, it's scalable, but there's probably more scalable frameworks than client first. Like if you're familiar with Timothy Rix's Lumos framework, it utilizes way more things from like actual CSS functions, and that might be a bit scalable, but it's more complex. So if one wants to edit it, they need to know a bit more about the coding side. But I wouldn't say that like the client first is not scalable, but if you really wanna like utilize all the features in CSS and HTML, you might want to look into other things. Yeah, let's move on. What was I doing? This is how easily I get distracted, so thanks, Ville, for that. So I did those. I'm gonna leave those as they are because I remember I actually promised to check out the Relume style builder, so that will take some time if I just build up those collection pages. So I'm gonna skip that. You can see like tutorials for those. those things in the internet, and I'm gonna jump into the Relume part. So I already have some projects here. I'm gonna start a new project. Let's see if my account has the privileges to start a fourth one. Yes, it does. So I have already used the sitemap feature and wireframe features. We can just prompt to build a sitemap. I saw some sort of a demo where they just inputted a live website, and I kind of wanna find that one. Let me see. Was it in the dashboard? Import from URL. Yeah, there it is. Let's find a page with the sitemap. What would be an ideal one? Plumber, yeah, don't mind me misspelling things. Is this too big of a site? I'm sure. There's quite a lot of things there. Yeah, I'm not gonna use that one. I'm just wanna find a small to mid-size company. There's a WordPress site. Whoa, is it just me? Yeah, this looks better. Where was I here? Import from a URL. Extract title and description into page prompts. Yeah, go ahead. That was in Finnish. We'll see how well it works. The Relume kind of supports Finnish at some elements or functions, but not at all, not in all of those. So this will be interesting. There are a lot of services in this page, and that was not like one of my builds, just to be clear. I just want to take a random website, see if I can do a better like a concept out of the site, and then maybe sell it to the company. Here we go. So we have a sitemap. This is quite a long one. So we have English, Swedish pages, bunch of service categories. What are these? These are the actual services. Well, there are a lot of those. That's the reason it's so long. And these are all in Finnish, so sorry about those who do not speak Finnish. Well, let's go to wireframing. I'm just gonna generate the content for the first page. And bada bing, bada boom, we have a kind of like wireframe. Let's go to the wireframe tab. We have all the pages lined up in here, and I did basically nothing, one click, and it generated this wireframe. Quite good. So there's a hero section. Experience seamless talotekniikka. Talotekniikka is like house technician techniques, that things that needs to be done by a person who builds houses. Yeah, that's not like the best translation. Tailored to your needs. Your trusted partner, building services. Yeah. Well, that is a service section, but that is more like about section. Building technology. Thanks, HVAC. Yeah. That's more like it. And what else? Connect with your experts. That's nice. And a blog section. And footer. Okay, that's cool. Let's go to the new thing, the style guide. I probably said that it's a style builder, but it's a style guide builder or section. And this already gives me a concept of the site. Not my favorite colors. Let's see what we have here. So we have colors in there and a brand in here. We could upload a logo and a dark mode logo. I could have taken those from the site. So many pop-ups. It does not let me click with the right. Here we go. That's weird. I'm gonna jump into Figma and just paste it in here and let's see what we got. I'm gonna do quick edits. That could be a bit brighter and this will be a bit darker. Here we go. One could crop them better, but I'm just gonna export them on a desktop and delete because this is not a project for those. And I'm gonna start with uploading a logo. Which one was? This is the darker one, so this is for the light mode, and this will be for the dark mode. Okay, the logos are set. I believe it gets some images. Is that image just generated? Probably. Yeah, I did not get any images from the page, which is fine. That's quite a lot to ask, but if I'd really want to do this, I could like bring in some actual images. But let's go with those and see what we can do with the colors. So I could go with the dark theme, but I'm not gonna. I could shuffle the colors. Maybe add a color. Okay, I'm kind of liking the blue color right here. Of course, blue is quite boring, but in many cases, boring is good. So I'm gonna just edit this one to a shade of blue that I like. And you can see it already knows how to use the text on these shades. So what kind of blue am I gonna choose? Let's go with that one. In real life, I probably use a bit more time with that. So cornflower blue, I click the lock button, and now I'm just shuffling the other shade like the accent color. Yeah, I could add another one. Probably seeing the first one of those in this section. Now there's 2 shades of blue. Not a fan of that. Should I just delete that? I usually like to use just max 2 colors. Heliotrope. How long am I gonna go through this? Let's say that's screaming green is good. It's quite out there. That's a nice way to stand out. And actually, when I scroll to this section that kind of uses it, you can see that it's not like the same shade of that green. So you can see the shades. Hold Command. Oh yeah, I could change the shade or the scheme. That's nice. So right now I believe I have 3 color schemes here. What about if I want it to have the screaming? Oh. And if that's not good, how about Command Z? Yeah, that works. Okay, I'm not sure what I did there. I probably just clicked. Yeah, you can just click around and it will make the changes. But I kind of liked the darker one. Here we go. Okay, colors are quite good. Let's see about typography. Small, normal, shuffle, large. Let's go with the regular. So that's the size. Shuffle. You can see that it gets the fonts from Google Fonts, which is fine for most of the clients. I remember that in the stream that Relume guys made, they said that they're gonna, or they are working on a integration with a big platform. I would imagine it could be Adobe Fonts, but who knows? Again, I'm just shuffling. I'm not sure which one of, oh, there was Garamond. Gormorant Garamond. Interesting. A bit too old-fashioned. Let's say I like a Leo. It's hard to see those small texts right there. but they are changing. Man rope. Yeah. Let's go with that one. Okay, couple of styling options right here. Buttons. I want to have a small radius on the buttons. That's the default one. That's gradient, sleek, elevate. Elevate is actually chosen. Bubble. Yeah, no, probably not. But these are quite nice. It would take some time to actually build these in Webflow. Well, not a lot of time, but these are good options to have. I'm actually using the bubble one, and placeholder would be, well, there are already placeholders there, so I didn't need to edit that. But what about colors? It will probably use the color scheme to apply the appropriate color for that section. Okay, cards and images. A little bit of curve, yeah, that's just fine. Outline default. Let's go to these sections where there are actually some cards. Flat, edgy. In this section, I feel that this works better. What about this one? It actually did not apply anything to that. Do we have any others? Nope. So I'm probably gonna just use edgy. There are not a lot of options here. So let's go with that one. Okay. This is concept one. I could do a new concept, duplicate concept. Let's say I want to use something else than the screaming green. Yeah, that's a one. And then there's this pitch concepts. These look quite the same because I did not edit them too much. I could add a description and then copy the link to share the concepts. I just saw Ville's comment, so happy to have you here for the moment that you could be with us. So, okay, what else? Well, of course, the killer feature would be to export this to Webflow. And what do we need to do? Well, there's an export button. Can we export it to Figma? Let's see, export to Figma. We need to open the Figma kit, install the Figma plugin. Okay, let's do that. Let's start with the Figma. I have Figma open on the not email desktop version, but for some reason this is not logged in the browser. Here we go. Open in Figma. Which one is my current team? Probably that one. Let's load. Okay, we have the Figma kit. I'm I'm gonna rename this. Why am I drawing blanks today? Example, what a creative name. And I'm gonna open the Relume plugin. I have used it before, so again I have to log in. Okay, it is logged in. And here we can see we already have 2 example projects. And I want to go to the concept page. Let's use that one. 2 minutes ago. Style guide and concept, import style guide and homepage concept to site from site builder, wireframe, sitemap. That's the one I want to use, but actually, let's go back. I liked the first one a bit more, so. But now it doesn't give the option to import that. Let's say concept 1, 2, continue. And working our magic. This is exciting. We're closing in an hour. Hopefully the stream quality has been at least decent. I'm getting a warning from YouTube that my bitrate is not optimal, but nothing in life is optimal. And I'm just gonna show you that we still have our companion right here. She's actually snoring. You're not gonna hear that, but she's adorable. These might take up to 10 minutes. Yeah, well, there are a lot of things to update. If you have ever used the Figma or the, what is it, Relume Style Guide in Figma, you know that there are all the styles for the texts and colors and so on in here. We're getting something here. Okay, this 6 hours saved. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, that's quite beautiful, let's say. And that, yeah, the colors are not optimal, but that's because of me. One thing I see that the logo did not come in here, but that's a minor thing. I want to see the style guide. Is it up to date? Oh yeah, we already have this color schemes. Actually, the style guide has updated a bit too since I've seen it before. We have the fonts here, Leo and Manrope. Okay, I'm getting excited. I've spent so much time updating these style guides. We have shades for the colors. We have color schemes. Oh my god. Buttons. Again, these button styles have been a pain in my ass because they are in components and I have to pick out them one by one. Inputs already in style. The border styles have been applied. Well, there is not a border radius, but that's a minor thing. Every other thing has the radius. Okay, there's a new frame for it, just radius. Shadows, logos, icons. Maybe one day we could apply icon style. That would be awesome. Of course, these are like free icons, so everything great always comes with the price. So I'm not sure if that is a hard thing to do, but I'd love to see some icon styles in the future. When we have typography, images, colors, and icons, those are basically the main building blocks of a style, or I hesitate to say brand because it's so big of a term, but yeah, I said it. Okay, that is awesome. I have the concept right here, and I could like start building the other pages. I could also import them, but I have not created them in here, in the wireframe part. I could just generate them, but I'm not gonna. I want to try to import this or export this to Webflow. Clone the style guide. Okay, install the Relume Webflow app. Okay, import your project. Okay, that's great. So we're gonna go to my starter with blog, and actually I'm gonna once again duplicate this, and I want to try it with the blog features. So at the start of the stream, I built those blog features in the Relume Style Guide. So I have a project that includes or has the Style Guide page and all the relevant classes, but I added something to it, so I'm gonna try it with some additions and see if it still works. Let's go to the settings. I'm gonna rename this. Here we go. Save. And open site. Here we go. So I guess I'm gonna search for the Relume. There it was. Site builder, import, install on the site. Again, log in. Come on, guys. Yeah, that's good. You need the latest. Is that not the latest? Have I copied a old one? Using an old style guide. This is the version 3. Okay, this is exactly why I wanted to try this out. Let's see if I remember correctly. The style guide is not in a folder, so could it be just that? Let's open the app again. Not that. That one. Alternate. Once again, then we might have to do some things. Outdated. Let's just check that this is the Relume Style Guide. For some reason it does not show here which version it is. I believe it should be the version 3. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna just copy the style guide again? That is the version 3. Let's see, what do we have here? Style guide is style guide. Relume Style Guide version 3. And this home page. Show me the style guide. It is the same style guide that I had in the last example. Why does it not like understand that? I'm gonna publish this and try it once more. Home page. Do I have to have the home page there? And Relume launch. Come on. Nope. What about this one? And of course it works. I'm just curious, what did I do to not make this work? Class sync is on, great. I'm gonna just copy the page wrapper and test if it's about the pages. Global styles were. Of course, I made quite a few changes. I'm not sure what it like tries to see or check. Global. Let's put that here. Here's an example of my rectangular image. It's not for everyone. Okay, I have that one. Refresh the site. I know I promised one more time, but I will try this a second more time. Relume, come on guys. No. Fine. I will sort that out later. And now I'm just gonna use this one more thing. So if you're not following which tab I'm in, let me show you. So I have this one more project and I have my template that I named Vermex, Vermex example, but that doesn't work. And the one more, which does not have my edits, works fine. And we're gonna import, launch, Vermex. Use existing style guide. Oh yeah, if I already imported though, or like made some changes to the style guide, it should work. But I can also choose concept 1 or 2. So that's quite handy. I appreciate them thinking through that one. Okay, let's continue. I'm not gonna bring in all pages. I'm just gonna bring in home because I do not have all the pages ready. But imagine this, if you just work your way through the wireframe or the sitemap first and then the wireframe, generating those and checking that they are like somewhat proper structure and elements. You could even actually edit the texts, and I believe they would come into the project. So yeah, this will save a lot of time. But let's see how it works. Start imports. This is exciting. There's something happening to the fonts. Okay. Color schemes, that's an exciting bit because there were some variables for the color schemes and some code. Now I'm just waiting to see that if they import well. That's a major feature. And I believe you can use the color schemes with just adding a tag or class to the section. 4 hours saved. Imported successfully. Done. Would you look at that? Here we have the page. And here we have actually the logo that we added. So the Figma didn't get it, but Webflow did. Okay, let's check the classes. Yeah, these are just fine. They should be in client first, but they have the layouts or the names from the components in Relume. And one could like rename those. Like layout 2, 4, 6 is maybe not the most descriptive name for the components or section, but again, those are minor details. But I believe Relume does import the names if one uses them in the wireframe section, if I remember correctly. Anyway, we have the section here and it has color scheme 2 in it. Let's take that one off, and we have we have 5 color schemes here. That's a dark one. Wow, I kind of like it. I like it a lot. Quite cool. Which one was it? The second one. let's see the variables, primitive color schemes. There's color scheme 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. Typography, there's Aleo, Manrope, UI styles. These have been updated too. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Let's see the style guide. I want to actually see the body. Font is the body. I'm seeing the Aleo in this list. So where does it come from? Manrope, the same thing. Let's check the site settings. Do we have additional fonts here? Not forms, fonts. Yeah, we do not have Google fonts added, and we do not have custom fonts uploaded. This is interesting. So where do the fonts come from? We have the variables right here, Aleo and Manrope. But yeah, these are not here. So is there some sort of... Oh, here's the font file. Interesting. So they just import the fonts. And they just import like the... For Aleo, there's just one weight, and Manrope, there's two weights. So yeah, I usually just upload the custom files. I will download them, even if they are the font file, like Google fonts. I will just download and upload them straight to the Webflow. I might use that even in this project if this was a real project, because GDPR and loading speeds and so on. But this is interesting. I did not know that it would work this way. It's kind of understandable because it's way easier to just add a embed with these references to the font files, but yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how this will affect my workflow. But to be honest, this is quite a big deal. Worth the hype, definitely. And yeah. So, as I said, I'm just thinking how my workflow will be changed by this. This is, of course, a huge time saver. And I have already used Relume with the sitemap builder and the wireframe builder, and those are awesome. But then again, when I go to Figma, I usually import the sitemap. I will show you this one. One of my clients that I'm working with right now. These are like imported elements. I started with the Relume Figma file, but then I, what's the term? Detached the elements and edited them. And I'm now wondering, of course, maybe the process would work best if we just skip the Figma. The Figma is of course present. You can import the concepts to Figma and then edit them there. Yeah, probably the best way to do it is to edit the concept as far as you can in here, then go to Figma, edit some minor details. For example, if I want a different kind of section change, I would go there and add a little bit of something to the concept. And I would probably still use, okay, now, yeah, sorry, I didn't show you guys what I was doing on the side. So here we go. Let me backtrack. So the idea would be to edit the concept as long in the style guide builder as you can, then edit to Figma. And if you want to do some changes, you could like add those section changes or something like that you cannot do in the Relume side. Show that to your clients, and when you start the Webflow project, then of course export this to Webflow and start refining the details in there. Yeah, that would probably be the best workflow if you want to do like high class, highly edited or custom websites. But if you are just like building quick websites, let's say budget-friendly websites, this could be quite awesome. You can customize this quickly, shuffle through the styles and make some concepts and skip the Figma completely. Just jump into Webflow and edit, well, texts maybe, and be done with the project. This is interesting because this like caters to both like high-end designers, well, not designers, but you know, high-end projects that need to have some customization and a proper design phase in the process. But also I could see major benefits for those who just want to do quick projects. And it's actually quite tempting to skip Figma. I'm just thinking that maybe if I could do a $1,000, $2,000 project in a week with this, that would be quite cool. But then again, I have built my processes, my company around very customized websites, and of course Webflow is good for those. So the advantages there is on the customization. Yeah, this is very interesting. Yeah, the one thing I have to check out is why my starter template did not work. Was there something wrong with it? Yeah, but I guess I will do that by myself. I'm gonna wind down the stream. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna get lunch in a bit. I'll show you guys how Nala is doing. She's just fine. She's having a productive work day. But all in all, that was quite awesome. I need to, as I said, I need to check out the starter template thing because I want to have some things built in the starter project because that will save me a lot of time. But if actually I might not need to have the blocks and things already in the template. Actually, that is a thing I should try out because if you, okay, once more, I'm gonna show you things. If you build like blog functionality right here, I'm curious if it like understands that that is a blog, a CMS collection, and if it can like import a CMS functionality. That is something we're gonna try out right now. So let me wrap my head around. So I'm gonna just, should I delete those? There are so many pages here. I would like to delete most of them. Should I just start it again? Yeah, I'm gonna start from the fresh project. There is actually 2 of those Wormax projects. New project. Let's say this is a interior designer blog. Let's say website containing blog. 1 to 5 pages is fine. Here we go. I'm gonna just generate all the pages. So there's also the project. So this is a portfolio and there will be project, like a reference project, case study, whatever you want to call it. Here we go, wireframe, it's generating those. This is awesome to see it when it's like live generating all the things. I'm gonna check out the first page. Transforming spaces with innovative interior design. Yeah. Cool. Those like services, features, okay. Journey. What's the blog? Welcome to our blog. Yeah, there it is. That is some sort of about page. Yeah. Blog posts. Portfolio project. Let's go to the style guide. Yeah, I'm not sure if it really got the context right here. I can see that there are some similar images than in the last like project that we did. Let's shuffle this a bit. Oh, and it's a dark theme. I wanna. Come on, give me something that's a bit better. I'm gonna delete that one, that one. I'm gonna make this like some sort of beige. Okay, that's a good one. Let's add another one. Aquamarine now. Let's apply that. The gray is quite gray. That is not like pure white. Can I edit those? Shades. Yeah, I could edit those too. Okay, but that's not what we're here for. Styling is fine. Let's export to again. I'm just gonna clone this once again. Here we go. Excited I am. Actually, this is quite fast if you just, every time you make a new project, just copy the Relume guide. And there's of course a good thing that it is always up to date. Install on site. Design Insights, that's a weird name. Concept 1. Continue. We have all the pages. Let's see. Start import. Those might become static pages, but I'm secretly hoping that it will create CMS lists for us. That's maybe a bit much to ask. Of course, in the future, that would be awesome. But yeah, let's see what it does. You can see those buttons changing on the background. Color schemes are being created right there. It's funny that we're over an hour into the stream, and now I'm realizing that actually I might not need to do those starter templates. Here's the blog page. I guess if I saw it correctly, it was just a static page. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it put them into folders, but there are no CMS collections created. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected, but then again, the optimist in me wished there would be CMS lists. But one can just go and grab the page wrapper and then paste it in. Yeah. But again, this is quite cool at this point, and this will just get better. They are quite good with the updates. I mean, the Relume folks, so it's interesting to see what they come up with this one. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm really gonna wind down this stream. A few things to keep in mind. I'm trying to make some sort of schedule that I would stream on a regular basis, be somewhat consistent. And I'm thinking that Mondays and Monday mornings are best for me. So I'm hoping that we will see again on Mondays, on the next Monday. There might be, of course, changes, life happens and so on, but that is what I'm thinking. And be sure to check out the regular videos on my channel. I post them, of course, mainly on YouTube. This goes live to Twitch too, so. At this moment, YouTube is my main channel, and actually this is the first Twitch stream I've ever made, so hopefully that was somewhat good. And yeah, I guess that's all. Yeah, Nala says hi. That's her hi face. And thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and all the good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.